What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you an attack strategy video. This attack strategy is bananas. I usually don't comment that way on attack strategies or try to oversell it or overhype it. This was done to us. My first time seeing it was from the Clan War League, Round 2, 1 Hive versus 1 Hive Genesis. They did it to us. Since then, I've been doing it. We've been doing it. We've been trying to understand it. It's HPVB, Healer Pekka, Valkyrie Bowler, with a Queen Walk, and 4 Rages. That's, 4 Rages. It's pretty stupid. So let's talk about this. But the theory is, you use a Queen Walk to create one part of the funnel. You use a few wizards or so to create the other part of the funnel. And it's a closed walk. You want your queen to join in with your Pekka Valkyrie Bowler combination. And with the rages that you bring them down, they're all natural wall breakers themselves. Dwarf is bringing wall breakers. You're going to see different variations of this. But the army composition is typically 6 healers, 2 Pekkas, 6 Valkyries, CC bowlers, and then the rest is funnel. That's the way to look at it. 2 healers for your Pekka Valkyrie bowler combination and 4 for your walk. I personally am leaning on 1 jump, 3 rages, but I've also been very successful with 4 rages. The other spell, instead of 2 poisons, I've found it very, very useful for a skeleton spell to be your second spell, and I'll explain all why. So we're going to look at this first attempt. Dwarf is trying to understand this as well. Dwarf is an awesome air attacker, so it takes a lot to convince him on a strategy. So he's been testing this out as well, and it's pretty stupid. It's so unorthodox. Let's just watch one and replay. We'll talk about the pros and cons as it happens. So with Dwarf here on the far right, he's going to start a walk. He's going to create this part of the funnel here because he's going to create the top funnel over here with his baby dragon. His bowler and Pekka healer Val combination is going to enter right about the laboratory. So it's an open walk. Typically, I see better success with closed walks, but I guess it's all base specific, and this is one variation I haven't quite seen yet. I'm only now seeing it. The clan is freaking hopping right now with this about as far as what works, what doesn't, trial and test. Poison, usually that your one poison is for the queen engagement if you're doing it as part of the walk, or the CC lure if you're going to lure it as part of your walk and deal it that way, but you do have to account for the queen. I should say you have to account for the CC. He is going to kill the CC with his... I don't even know how he kills the CC. I think he knows that there's bowlers in there, and that's why. So open walk on the bottom. She's just going to walk all the way over. Baby dragon at the top. Typically, though, your wizards, you need about 3 to 4 of them behind your Pekkas and your bowlers and your Valkyries, in case you're going to take the CC on, and it might be the combination of a Dragloon or even a baby dragon in there. That's where your wizards come in, and they help take that out. Basically, one part of the funnel, set it and forget it here. The other top part funnel was done, and then the Valkyries and the bowlers and the Pekka, you rage them down to bum rush everything in front of them. Under rage, they act as natural wall breakers, but then the healers behind them step up into that rage. Watch them step up into it, and now they're healing the crap out of everything there. Your bowler should be taking out this, but his bowlers are gone, and on a closed walk, your queen would take care of that air defense. His bowlers ran on the outside here, if you see that. But look at this. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it should work. It is a mad rush and race to basically under 4 rages to sprint through everything, and then all the damage that your Pekka, BK, Valkyries took as they ate through walls and giant bombs. The healers behind them trailing step up into that rage. And two healers, I think it was Dwarf that said it, 2 healers are kind of like having a royal in there. It's just insane, even though your royal is in there. He's going to run out of time. So we're going to look at another variation, but as you guys saw this in motion, Basically, it's a mad dash, no heal needed, because the healers act as your sustaining force of your army after they sprint through everything, and then the healers step into the rage to keep your army going. We found that you can get through you can get through the base and still have both abilities left in the bag towards the end. It's stupid. So that's one example. I'm going to show you another example with a different spell count to somebody that literally is trying it out for the first time right now. So we'll be right back. All right, so this is Josh's first attempt. He decides to bring a jump and a heal. I haven't told him not to bring the heal. You really don't need it. And you'll see why. He starts to walk from the other side. I believe he wants his walk to go to the right, given where the wizard is creating the funnel. She should step to the right. There she goes. I believe this will be a closed walk. I've done a lot of different. I've seen a lot of these replays. Oh, she walks on him. That's why it doesn't work out. Yeah. So with the 2 rages, he has to burn one here to keep the queen alive. I would have probably hit the ability. It's always hard. Yeah, already this is not going to plan, but he's going to walk all the way around the outside. Let's go to times 2 because other examples. He's got a baby dragon on the bottom to create that other part of the funnel. All right, here it is. Close walk. Pekka's in. 4 healers. One's being picked off. You're going to lose a healer or 2, but that's okay. You have more than you have more than enough to blast you through in here. Jump to get access to the queen. I'll get down to that in a second. Poison, double poison, no skellies. And I'll come back to that in a second about why skeletons are important. Rage, stepping into the rage, but then he uses his heal, and it's already done at this point. The firepower that rage brings you is missing. You're sustaining an army with the heal, but your healers behind them stepping into a rage that would have been there is what sustains your army. So you really don't need a heal. You don't. Yeah, so this one didn't quite work out. We'll go to times 4 so you guys can see where it's at. It was slowed down a little bit. So the skeleton, as you notice, his army's somewhere down here. Sometimes you leave structures left over because it's really hard to control this attack. If you leave not this one per se, but this is for illustration. If you have an odd structure over here and your army way on the right side and you don't have a wizard, your archer queen might be down, you're chasing the clock. So the skeleton spell, if you hold it to the very end, it's really useful to distract maybe something that you need to get through your main attacking force to finish off what they're doing, or it saves you time by not having to beat through a lava wall to get to that odd structure at the end to guarantee that 3. So I found that 4 rages, 1 jump, 4 rages, 1 poison, 1 skelly, or 3 rages, 1 jump, 1 poison, 1 skelly is the spell count to go with. Let's look at another example in the next replay. All right, so Josh is back. This time he's going to try it again, but to go a little bit more according to plan to what he's looking like. We'll go to times 2 because we've seen it. He decides to funnel differently. Seeing the value of the close walk, he can save a rage. So queen coming on down here, going to enter where it usually does. Once she steps into this compartment, she can reach that cannon, leaving no structure behind. Walking all the way down through. We'll go to times 2, times 4. I guess he wants to. I guess I didn't see that. Sorry. Start baby dragon on the top there. Not quite sure. I do know this is his second time trying it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how he did this. Maybe I should look at the replays first. Poison down. Yeah, she's all by herself. That's a wasted rage right there. Yeah, maybe I don't know quite what he was aiming for. Maybe he did want her to walk up. It's kind of crazy on that one. She's off by herself though. She has access. She'll get all of this by herself, no problem. Down here is really where the action is. So rage down, beats through the walls. The jump usually works. The reason that you need the jump is when you have 4 rages, you literally have no control whatsoever which way your mass of Valkyries, Bowlers, Pekkas, and BK combination go. You have no chance whatsoever. And I found the only time I failed this attack is when my funnel sucks. Imagine that. Or If I don't, they go in, and then there's a structure like a camp on the outside or something like that, and then we beat everything inside this compartment, but there's a structure on the outside, so they want to reroute outward, or they want to beat through a wall, kind of like Valkyries do, trying to get that structure. And Pekkas are dumb, so they're going to go to the nearest structure it is, and if it's behind a wall on the outside, they're going to beat through that wall and go that way. So that's what's also key about this is keeping your kill squad of Pekka, Valkyrie, and Bowler. Here's his army composition. Valkyrie, Pekka, and Bowler together in the core. So I find if you have 1 or 2 wizards for each side of the trash ring that's left behind outside of the base wall, that's usually key to help give them a reason to stay inside the core to maximize their value. Let's look more at a 4 rage version, which I find the most success with. All right, so we have Dwarf again. Different attack approach this time. Last time you saw him attack from the right. Yes, he knows where my traps are, but I'm telling you guys, I'm not going to burn other members of the family's bases. I'm not going to do that. It's just no way. My base is burned. So I have a lot of other examples to show, but at the cost of burning my clanmates' bases, I'm not going to do that. But on fresh hits, it's ridiculous. It's the hit rate is stupid. At least I found. If you really focus on a solid funnel, and then respect your basically keep your kill squad inside. If you have a wide, super wide funnel with that, there's nothing that stops this attack. It's so insane. So he has a nice funnel going on the right. He's got a deal poison for the CC. There goes down his Pekka walk straight into the teeth of a Tesla farm. There it goes down the Valkyries. 2 healers behind that to help sustain the army just a little bit. Rage to get through. Queen is by herself sitting pretty. It just beats through everything. And here's a scary moment. They might have rerouted outward. They don't. They all stay in this middle here. He's going to drop another rage on the middle so that they beat through this way. What's really key for this attack is you want to try to keep your army of Pekka, Bowler, and Valkyrie together so that they all get the rage and that the healer behind them doesn't have to switch. See how this Pekka went rogue on him? So now he's done, right? He's all by himself. So you basically want to be mindful of that. You want to be careful. It's kind of like Dragloon, where you set all your troops and you just kind of wait for where your spell placement's going to be. It's kind of like that. I really am on the fence with this attack, but if the hit rate wasn't so high, I wouldn't show it. Plus, I find it so freaking creative. I've never seen anything like this. So I wanted to share it with you, let you know the pros and cons. In summation, the cons are it's really overpowering and it's extremely hard to stop. Giant bombs don't mean anything. Springs don't mean anything. The only thing that stops you is yourself, a funnel. So, but that's really easy to solve for if you're a good attacker. Not like me, because I can't funnel lately. And then time. But that's where the skeleton spell comes in. Rather, if you hold your skeleton spell, especially a max one, to the very end, like the last 30 seconds, you'll find that that'll be the difference maker, that you don't have to chase the clock and eat through a wall in order to get there. Yeah, it's just... this attack is something else, man. Yeah, the main thing I hate about this attack strategy is I cannot... You know how you put something on and you want to twitch and sketch it out? Not twitch, excuse me. You want to sketch it out and get a second pair of eyes? We tried to do that in a war recently, and I couldn't draw it. I'm like, I'm going to do an HPVB attack. And I'm like, here's my funnel, and then I think this is where my army will go, and I kind of like, you can't predict it. You just can't. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It is something silly. I encourage you guys, try it in your own clan. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. What do you think would improve this attack? My main thing is I love it because of how overpowering it is, and the hit rate success is pretty high for fresh hits. But my number one pet peeve is I can't control it. I'm out of control after my funnel, and I don't like that. makes me apprehensive in a close like war situation if I want to use it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this attack strategy. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.